Hey everyone, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a mukbang, first ever mukbang. I figured why not? I love to eat all day, every day, so why not put it on film? So I'm excited to eat in front of you guys, I guess. But while I'm eating, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit about myself and kind of my career or ex-career for now and take it from there. So today we have some chicken wings and some fries with a little bit of ranch dressing and hot sauce, a little concoction I made. Hopefully it tastes good with these wings. But cool thing about these wings, I got this little like Chinese chicken mixture from the grocery store, and it looked like it was gonna be good, and it reminded me of like all the flavorings that would be in a typical Chinese chicken wing. So I was like, why not? I'll try it at home. Hopefully it tastes just as good. All right, so for starters, we are going to talk about what it is that I do. All right, so prior to what I do now, I was a therapist, a mental health counselor. Okay, I'm out. Ooh, and it's juicy too. Oh no, should have got napkins. Yes, please, thank you. It's my auntie. So prior to my what I do now, I was a therapist, and I worked as a therapist for about 7 years, and went to school for it, got my master's and all that stuff, and I ended up working at a lot of nonprofits. A few nonprofits, like I worked at, these are horrible napkins. I worked at, let's see, I worked at a lot of substance abuse nonprofits. I worked at a few mental health facilities, and I worked at a foster care facility, or a prevention organization where they help families keep their kids from being in foster care. So mainly nonprofit organizations, for the most part. I loved what I do, what I did. I loved helping people. I'm the kind of person that is very empathetic to people's feelings. I feel vibes and energy very easily, and if someone's coming at me with a problem or it looks like they need to talk, my instinct just goes into listening and goes into helping that person. And a lot of times you don't really see people ready and willing to pay attention to someone's feelings and take into consideration how, you know, their day went, or taking into consideration what they need, and, you know, helping them. That's just what it is. For me, it comes easily, it comes naturally. So I kind of, what happened was my natural way of living turned into a career as a mental health counselor, as a family therapist, as a substance abuse therapist, all that stuff. So did it for about 7-8 years. I did it. Loved it. Enjoyed it. The biggest issue though is that because I'm such an easygoing person and such a giver, great listener, I spent too much time worrying about other people's lives and taking on their trauma. What ended up happening was the trauma that they were having, and like they were unloading on me and their experiences and their family issues and stuff. The trauma they were having and stuff, when they were telling me it, I wasn't releasing it in a healthy way. So for me as a person, I internalize all of my feelings. I don't really outwardly tell people about how I'm feeling. I just deal with it by myself. So when you have your own personal feelings that you deal with by yourself, and then someone else's feelings that you have to keep in confidential, like help keep confidential and not tell anybody, all that balls up inside, right? So you got me internalizing half the stuff that I was, listening to, and then taking on my own problems and stuff. So I was falling apart. And then, it's being a therapist, they tell you self-care. It's hard to do self-care when you're working 50 hours a week. When you got paperwork in a nonprofit, when you got 30, 40 families that need you to help them find housing, and you have people who are dealing with substance abuse and help them find their kids and stuff like that. This is a whole thing. It's a big thing. So 9 times out of 10, you don't have time to take care of yourself. But anyway, after a while, it took a toll. So I decided that I had to move on. And I'll say that eventually, I was trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do. Because I didn't want, I have a degree in psychology and all that stuff, but is it something that I find that I'm passionate about? Is it something that I want to do forever? At the time, the answer was no. At the time, I'm like, well, I have so many other things that I'm good at, or think I'm good at. Do I have time to explore all those other options? These wings are so good. These are so good. Yeah. So, you ever have a moment where you think about all the things that you passed up, or the time that you never took to really explore other opportunities that kind of came your way? Well, within this year, 2020, that's what was happening to me. All I was thinking about was, what am I doing, or what am I not doing that I'm good at, that I've had a passion for, that I'm doing part-time or as a hobby, that I'm not able to put in 100% in because of this job, because I'm too tired, I'm too, whatever the case, too blank enough to care about myself and my progression in my life. Took time to think about it, and at first, event planning was one of them. I'm good at event planning. I've done a lot of events over the course of 2 years, and they came out really, really well. So I was like, oh, okay, event planning's where it's at. I'm gonna be an event planner. I'm definitely gonna do it. And then I sat down, and after I left my job, I was like, well, COVID ruined that. Either you make it work or find something else, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, left my job in the middle of a pandemic. The height of it, I left April 24th was my last day. And I left during the pandemic. No job, no leads, no nothing. I just needed to leave. And I said, I know what's going to happen. I have money saved up, and I will just ride it out and see where it goes. and I still don't have a job. But I needed to have that time to really think about what it was I wanted to do and the direction I needed to go in to figure it out, because having a lot of my time spent devoted to other people was not going to get me was not going to lead me to a fulfilling life. So I decided to take a leap of faith and just move on regardless. I'm trying to figure it out as I speak. But I would honestly say, if you have a passion or are looking for a passion and have the opportunity to do so, find a way to get there. Because if you don't, you spend most of your time waking up, being a zombie, and just moving like a robot most of the time. It's not life to live. Like, no job and no amount of security in your life is that important to not being happy where you're at. And if you know that you can do better or have something that you want to explore, take the time to explore it. Even if it means only devoting a few hours of your time to doing it. So, where I'm at now, still exploring it. Right now I'm looking at, like I mentioned before, the passions that I've had in my head, that I've noticed that spark my interest, and figuring out a way to make it become profitable, as opposed to just doing it as something that, I'm gonna just entertain myself by making jewelry, or entertain myself by event planning, which is what I was doing in the past, making jewelry because I was just making it for fun, or doing events because I wanted to build a sense of community, which is also still the case for a lot of the things that I do, but I want to be able to make it profitable and for it to be a constant profit, so I'm not having to work 100% all the time and be confined in the typical daily 9 to 5 rat race that everyone's a part of, right? I want to be a business owner. I want to be able to have flexible hours. I want to be able to make my money work for me at the end of the day. So I'm just trying to find a balance with all that stuff happening. So it's a lot. It's a learning curve. It's a up and down emotional roller coaster. Some days I feel great. Some days I don't. Some days I feel like there's endless possibilities. Some days I'm like, I need to go back to work. Even with the emotional roller coasters, I'm happier now than I was back in April or March or February, when I was working for somebody else. I'll get there. And I think that I kind of want to, maybe I want to start a YouTube channel focusing on my path. Focusing on my passion journey. The road to Kaira. That's my full name, by the way. Kaira. The road and journey of Kai Clary. Who knows though? But I know one sure thing, these wings are bomb. Alright guys, so that's the end of my mukbang video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave down a comment if you want me to talk about anything else related to just working on building a passion and finding your passion, and also anything related to reviews or story time, mukbangs, anything like that. Just put in the comments below. Thanks for watching.